When we made the Knobster, we decided that we would leave the mounting up to the individual users to figure out, because there were just so many options the way people might want to mount them. What we came up with originally, I've shown you some of this before, but I wanted to update it, this is the RAM ball mount. You can buy the RAM base units and extension units, and I showed that on a previous video. Now this is the original Knobster. I'm still using this one. We've raised the profile slightly and put those sockets in there. That's actually worked out well for some people who've had the nano fail or had a bad nano, and if they'd soldered it together, it would have been a mess. But now with the pins there, you can just slide the nano out, put the new one in. It works fine. So I was going to show you some other options for the mounting this. As I showed you also in a previous video, this is a modified version of the Garmin Mount. You can see this is the two-piece Garmin Mount. You can probably get this for about $5 to $10 on eBay. You have to cut, as you can see, you have to cut the top and the bottom off and drill some holes to accept the case from the Knobster Deluxe. Now, I realize that all the articulation is nice, but it does make it a more complicated build. So I tried coming up with some other options. I first came up with this option. This is this uses a two-piece 3D printed, and I'm going to include all the plans for all these parts on a on the SimWare Kit's website, so you can download these and print them up to make your own versions of these. But this just has just a 1-inch number 10 bolt and a wing nut and a couple washers so that it can be adjusted, and you can change the angle. So that it gives you most of the flexibility. You really don't need to move it in this direction much. So this is probably about what you need. It's got some holes for mounting it to hook it into the desk, or to mount it on something heavy, because the pushing action on the Knobster does require a little bit of it would tend to push the unit, so it needs to be secured down. Then I tried to make it a little simpler, so I came up with this version. Now this is a 3D printed version that has the exact same mounting bracket with the same holes, but it has no articulation at all. I probably over-engineered this with all this reinforcement at the base, but I don't know anything about engineering, and I'm fairly new. I apologize for the quality of the prints, but I did these with, well, the printer I have is excellent, and I'll tell you about that at the end in case you don't have a printer. But the CAD software I used was Tinkercad, which is a free program. I think it's designed for kindergartners, or for young children, but it works. It did the job. I took the ball mount that Chuck had made, and just basically used that as the basis for building the rest of it. And you can see it's basically the same. And then I thought this mount was a little bit on the high side, so I made one that was lower, and it actually takes less plastic to print, and that's what I call the Shorty. So we'll have the tall boy and the Shorty and the articulating mount with the wing nut. We'll call it the wing nut mount, and then I'm going to make all those available on the Knobster, the Knobster.com website. Now, previously I showed you this. This is the actually roll your own. I designed a case that could, a two-piece case that could hold. And this is showing you the awesome encoder from Elma. You can see that's there, and that's what we have here. I also made another one. This is a version I made using the Prop Wash Sim. Not quite as nice an encoder, but it still does the job. I've used it. It works just fine. And you can pick those up for, I think, about $18. So you could build this a lot cheaper if you really don't want to spend the money for the Elma encoder. I think the Elma encoder is worth the money, but for some people who want to just try this out, they may want to start out with that. And you could you could just start out with that and then always add the new encoder. It would work right with this same thing, because actually the hole for the Elma encoder is slightly larger. The one that I put in the 3D printed part fits this actually, and you can just enlarge in it. So if you wanted to start off with this, you could convert to the Elma encoder later if you wanted to do that. So that's an update. Just wanted to show you some of the possibilities for the Knobster mounting, because that seems like an issue for a lot of people. You get the Knobster built, you try it out, and then you think, I need to put this someplace where it's handy to use while I'm using my sim. So if anyone has any other ideas, feel free to email me. You can reach me at russ@siminnovations.com, and you know, send me an STL file. If you can make an STL file for parts, I'll be happy to print them. One last thing I'd like to do is show you my printer. I got a printer for about $400 that's excellent, I think. Chuck has a very expensive printer. He says the quality of these prints are good. I can't really judge. All I know is it's quite easy to use, and I had it up and running in the first hour. And every part that I've printed so far, knock on wood, has been good. So I'll show you a view of that here shortly, in just a second. This is my Cetus 3D printer. It costs, I think the retail price now is up to about $400, $399 if you get the standard height. I got the extended height, which actually has 11 inches tall and 7 by 7 on the build plate. The build plate is coated and sticks really well. The prints stick really well to it, and you can just 4 screws, or actually 3 screws, you can remove that and get a replacement. It's very simple. Just has a USB connection that connects to your computer. It has and a power connector. They also give you the parts to create a spool holder for your plastic, and it just feeds right off of there. And a lot of these prints take 3-4 hours. I've printed cases for the Knobster and printed 12 of them, and it takes about 12 hours. So they can fit about 12 on that plate. But this is a great thing. There's a place called Thingiverse on Thingiverse. There's some simulator stuff there available that you can just download the models and print them. I used for my virtual cockpit, my VR cockpit, my Oculus Rift cockpit. I found a nice mounts for the wall to hold the sensors on the wall, and I can't really recommend this more highly. It's if you're building a simulator, you want to be able to build stuff. You know, you can really print some really cool stuff with this thing, and it's extremely easy. I use the slicing software that came with it, and I've had no complaints with it so far. You just drop the model into the software and put it on the position it on the build plate, and it'll estimate how long it's going to take and how much plastic's going to be required, and you let it go, and it's off and rolling, and it just continues to print the whole time. Sorry I don't have anything printing right now to show you, but I did want to show you the printer. It's the Cetus 3D. This is the extended version, which has a higher build. I think the shorter one only is 7 by 7 by 7, although I've never printed anything that was any place close to 7 inches tall yet, so I would have been just as good with the normal one, but for $100 more I thought it was worth getting it. And now they're selling kits to allow people to convert the original up, and it costs more than $100, so if you think you might need it, I would suggest that. But I love the Cetus 3D printer, and I wanted to show you that in case you would be interested in that to build parts for Knobster or anything else for your simulator. Thanks a lot.